Welcome back to another episode of Ask JYD, where y'all send in questions and I answer those questions. They could be about whatever, send them on in. Let's jump straight into the questions. The first question is by Ethan.S41. His question is, I have 2 fights and I want to compete in nationals. What are some tips? The best tip that I can give you, Ethan, is stop thinking about nationals right now when you've only had 2 fights. I think the biggest problem with this generation is microwaves. Microwaves were invented and you kids love microwaves. Y'all do not know how to put food into the oven and patiently wait for it to cook to perfection. Y'all want to throw it in the microwave and have a hot ass plate and the food is cold and not ready, but the plate is hot and it makes all the sizzling noises. So it sounds good and it like looks good on that hot ass plate. And it's like, oh, this thing ready. And you pick the plate up and you burnt your hands and then you go to eat the food and it's cold. And it's not good and it's nasty. Whereas though you do not have that problem in an oven, because an oven doesn't do that. An oven is going to give you the real hard, hot facts of everything. When it is ready, you will know that it's ready. Y'all have Instagram. The first part of Instagram is Insta, short for instant. Y'all think everything comes overnight. You have 2 fights, Ethan. The last thing that should be on your mind is worrying about nationals. You should be worried about getting your fundamentals down to a T, working on your jab, perfecting your style, perfecting your craft, getting the experience, learning how to fight against different styles, working on your defense, working on your footwork, your head movement, your conditioning, getting in that road work, eating healthy, drinking right, not partying, not drinking, not smoking, etc. With 2 amateur fights, you are still a baby in the game. You should not be thinking about fighting nationals. Am I saying that one day that you're not going to be ready? I mean, that you're not going to be ready for nationals? No. I'm saying that it all comes in due time. I'm saying take your food out of the microwave, sit it on the counter, let it cool off a little bit, and then throw that shit in the oven and walk away. You will know when it is done. You're going to know when it's done, but put it in the oven and walk away and let it cook. You gotta let it cook. Y'all have to stop thinking and believing that everything comes overnight. Absolutely not. You are 2 fights in. You have no business being worried about nationals. I hope you don't take that harshly. I hope that you don't take that disrespectfully, but I'm just here to tell you the truth. Stop worrying about going to the nationals right now. You're a ways away from it, and that is okay. That's okay, Ethan. So that's my answer to you. The next question is by I'm Elaine 18, and I'm Elaine 18 asks, how do I close in against someone who's a lot taller and has longer reach? That is a great question, and that's actually a question I get often, believe it or not. Work your feints, work your jabs, work your head movement, get better footwork, and work on your defense, because you're going to need defense if you're closing the gap on a taller fighter. You're going to need feints. You're going to need head movement. You're going to need a jab if you're doing that. And also you're going to need to not afraid to be hit, because if you're closing a jab on a taller person, especially if they are skilled, you're going to get hit. So you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready to get hit. I'm not saying just walk in and get lit the fuck up, but your skills should absolutely take you to a point where, you know what I mean, you're not going to be getting hit as much, because you'll be defensively sound, you'll be working your feints, your jabs, etc. But the basics, as I just told Ethan, the basics will absolutely help you get to a point where you're closing the distance against a taller fighter who has longer range. So work on all of those things, and you should absolutely see a difference in you closing the gap on these guys. The next question comes from Kevin L05_. Advice you would give to young pros about building a personal brand outside of the ring. Great question. People ask me that question because they see that I have built and I am still building every day my personal brand outside of the boxing ring, which is JYD World and Terrible Joan. Right, which is based off of social media. A lot of people who know me because of social media, and they see me fight and they're like, oh shit, he actually can fight too. But my social media is where a lot of people know me from, through my boxing content and things of that nature. So consistency is key. Consistency is key. You're going to need to find, you're going to have to put out content, first of all, and don't worry about what you like. Your audience will tell you what they like. How will they tell you? By the numbers, the views, the engagement, etc. Your audience will tell you what they like. And once your audience tells you what they like, then you just be consistent, and you post every single day. Most people think social media isn't a job until they do social media full time and they realize this actually really is a job. You need to post every day. You need to post. I always tell people, start off posting twice a day, every single day. Post twice a day, every single day, and do that for the first 90 days and see where it takes you. But every single day, you need to be posting at least twice a day. Post twice a day. Engage with your followers, engage with your comments, engage, and be consistent. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. Don't worry about the numbers. Do not focus on the numbers. The numbers are not going to be good. Chances are starting off, and that is okay. You have to just be consistent and post and do the thing. And then get out to the events, sell yourself. Everyone's going to make enemies eventually. It's life is what happens. But the goal is to not make enemies. And you have to know that you're not everyone's friend and everybody is not your friend, but just be your neutral self. As long as you're yourself, it doesn't matter what enemies or friends you make, so long as yourself. As long as you are yourself and yourself is a respectable, upstanding individual, trust me, everything is going to fall into place. So that's my biggest advice. If you are building brands outside of the boxing ring, do it, because social media is absolutely king in this era. So many of you guys know me strictly from that. We get a bare minimum 8 million Instagram monthly page views alone on JYD_world, simply because we are consistent. And even though I say we because I mean the community of JYD. I run JYD fully myself, mashallah. It's all run by me. I say we because we are a community. It's ran by myself, edited by myself, put out by myself, produced by myself. Everything that y'all see, I do all on my own, and we put it out. We meaning the community. So I say that to say you're not going to always have a team in the beginning. You still got to get the hard work done. Like, you're not always going to have a team. It's to say the truth, but you still got to get the work done. Be consistent. And motivation is a lie. Motivation is a lie. It's a lie. Dedication. You need to be dedicated and disciplined enough to do what you need to do to get to that next level. Some days you're not going to be motivated to do anything, and you still got to do what needs to get done that day, even though you're not motivated to do it. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Next question is by J235012. J question is, if I'm naturally 150, lean at 5'3", what weight class should I realistically fight at? If you are from the UK and you don't know how much 150 pounds are and you don't know what 5'3" is, so sorry to tell you, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know centimeters and I don't do UK metrics. Sorry, boss. So you have to Google that and figure it out yourself. But the answer to your question is, I don't know. I don't know how healthy your body will go to doing a natural weight cut. I don't know how healthy your body is going to take to training. I don't know your fight style. I don't know how good of a chin you have. I don't know your muscle mass. I don't know you personally. So because I don't really know you, I can't tell you what weight to fight at. You should have a coach and a team and stuff like that are experienced enough to be like, okay, this is his fight style, this is what he can take, this is what he can't take, this is what he can do, and he should be in this weight class. You might be walking around 150 in 5'3", cool, but you might can only get down to 147 in the healthy way. You know what I mean? You might be able to only get down to 140. Who knows? You know what I mean? It's so, you mean shit, you might actually be able to just fight at 154, to be honest with you. Who knows? I don't know. So you should definitely see how healthy your body feels, see what your body feels, make sure you're not cutting too much weight, make sure that you're not doing things wrong, make sure that you stay hydrated, make sure that you talk to your team and see what the experience, knowledge of your team is coming from, and that will help you figure out exactly where you should be fighting at. I hope that answers your question. The next question is by SXR Ski. I don't know what the X could probably mean an A, so SAR Ski. I don't know, but I'm just gonna call you SXR. SXR Ski. And SXR Ski question is, being someone who got into a young man's sport, last, how do you stay motivated? Okay, you got into a young man's sport last. How do you stay motivated? I just kind of answered that before. Motivation is a lie. It's complete and total gobbledygook. Motivation means nothing. I don't care how motivated you are. That means nothing to me. I don't care how motivated I am. It means nothing to me. I'm not motivated. To do any of this. I'm just dedicated and disciplined enough to get the job done. I don't care about how, how many, you think I'm motivated to get out of my bed at 10-degree weather and then it says because of the wind chill, it makes it feel like -9 degrees and then go for a morning run? Do you think I'm motivated to do that? Nothing in the world motivates me to do that. Nothing, not the money, not the fucking, not the belts. Nothing motivates me to do that. That's crazy to go running that. That is crazy, but I'm just dedicated and disciplined enough to do it. I don't think about things. Motivation comes also from like your thoughts and how you feel. My feelings mean nothing. My thoughts on if I want to do it or not means nothing. And nobody cares how I feel. I don't care how I feel. I have to get the job done. That's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing. I'm not motivated to pay rent and to pay bills. I'm not motivated to do that, but I must do it. Nobody cares how you feel. I don't care how you feel. And if you ever get in the ring with me, please don't care how I feel, because I don't care what you feel. If you're not motivated to get into the ring and you're fighting me on that night, I promise you, I'm going to make you really, really unmotivated, because I'm going to really, really try my best to hurt you, because that's my job and it is your job to try to do the same. Be disciplined and dedicated enough to get up every day and do what needs to be done no matter what is going on in life. That's what it is. That is what you need to do. You don't need to be motivated. Motivation is for motivational speakers. It's for people who want to be made to feel good. Life ain't a feel good moment. Life ain't about everybody accepting you and loving you and all that other BS. No, life is about, yo, get it done, because it needs to be done. If you feel like that's not the answer you want to hear, I'm sorry, but tell your landlord if you have a house, I'm not motivated to pay rent this month, and see where you're going to end up at. Tell the light man, I ain't motivated to pay the light bill this month, and see where you're going to end up at. Yeah, your motivation means nothing. Be disciplined and dedicated enough to get the job done. Next question is by Guys with CTE. Love the name. Hey, Mr. John. Terrible John. In the contemporary sense of boxing, how important do you think a social media page is? Thanks. You're welcome. I think a social media page is extremely important. Even if you're not that good, if you have a large social media platform and you can command numbers and viewers, oh, you're going to go pretty damn far. Now, you're not that good. So remember, when you get to a certain stage, you're going to get exposed and you're probably going to get your head ripped off. But you still gonna make a very good, substantial, and depending on how large your platform is, a damn good lot of money. So yeah, social media is extremely important in this day and age. So you absolutely need to build a social media platform. It is an absolute game changer. You need to be able to use social media to promote yourself. I don't care what promotional company you sign to. No one is going to pay you like you pay yourself. No one is going to promote you like how you promote yourself. And you need to understand that nobody is going to do it the way you do it yourself. No one. No one is going to pay you the full value of what you are worth. I don't care how much money you're getting. If they are willing to pay you, let's just say $1 billion, and then they're all putting together a show, blah, 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 how much money do you think they're making off of you? So all of the money that you're not making, that's the money that you could be making. That is your true worth. That's your true worth. But they help you to get you on certain stages and stuff, but no one's going to promote you and pay you how you're going to promote and pay yourself. Always remember that. That's how important in the contemporary sense social media is. Our next question is, this is our special question, because this question came from the YouTube comment sections. Because soon we're going to transition to show away from Instagram questions to strictly being YouTube questions. So, yeah, there's that, guys. So if you're not following or subscribe to the YouTube, go to the YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all of those things to the YouTube. It is JYD_world on YouTube. Do that, because soon we're going to only be taking questions from the YouTube comments and nowhere else. So yeah, do that, guys. And I mean very soon. So as long as traffic picks up, absolutely, positively. And this is by, that's my daughter stimming in the back. Please pretend you don't hear it. Bilal Bucks asked a question, and his question is, shout out to you, Bilal Bucks, for the special question. New question, but save the answer for the next video, Chief. Done. My question is, if you want your kids to box too, or if you take them to the gym with you when you train. No, I don't want my kids to box too. But all of my children will absolutely learn to defend themselves, with the exception of about 2. And that's because of their autism. Their autism is really, really big, and they do not like physical contact and things like that, as well as some other issues that are with them that I'm not going to get into. But they're the only 2 that are really probably not going to really learn. Stop all that yelling. That's not going to really learn fully, boxing, etc. I'll teach them some small things, but yeah, there's a lot going on that makes it a lot. But as far as the rest of the 5 other children that I have, absolutely, they're going to learn to defend themselves. 100%, they're going to learn to box and defend themselves, especially because they are all girls. With the exception of my son, they are all girls. They are all girls, so they must learn to defend themselves against men, against women, and against anyone who tries to, So yeah, they are definitely, they might, I don't want them to actually get into the sport of boxing. No, I really, really don't. I don't. I'm only but so far in boxing, and I know what this comes with, and my God, I wouldn't want this for my children. The discipline and stuff that comes with it, yes, but outside, and the life lessons, yes, but I can teach them that without them having to get in the ring necessarily, right? So defend themselves, yes, but actually be into boxing, no. Furthermore, the second half of your question is, do I take them to the gym with me? I want to say all of my children have been to the gym with me at least once. All of my children, with the exception of my youngest daughter, who is 2 months, 2 or 3 months. She's the exception who has not been to the gym yet, but all of my children have been to the gym. They've seen me spar. They watch me fight. When it's streamed on TV, they watch my fights. They've seen me spar. All of the things. So yeah, cut it out. And bonus answer to a question that wasn't asked. I'm not a fan of bringing my children to the fights. No. I don't bring my children to the fights. I don't feel like there's a place for my children. Some fighters do, and I have no issue with it. If you feel like that is okay for your children to see that, yes. But I remember after my first fight, I came home. It was about 1 a.m, and my daughter was up because her aunt Barbara was watching them. And she said, Abby, I saw you fight. I saw you fight and you won. And I cried when she told me she saw me fight. I absolutely cried because I never wanted my daughter to see me do anything like that, as well as it just made me feel as though she saw me do things that I did in a prior life before boxing. And I just was like, I don't want my kids to see certain things. And she said that, I'm kind of past that point now. I don't mind them watching me fight on TV because they watch it, but I don't think I would ever be to the point of them being there in person. I can't do that. But yeah, it broke my heart when my daughter said she saw that from me. Because I just didn't want her to see that. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. So yeah, but it's a lot that comes with it. But nevertheless, they've been to the gym. They've seen me do the things, all of that stuff. But yeah, so before I go on a little rambling tangent, which I'm not going to do, I'm going to tell you guys, thank you for listening. Please like, follow, subscribe, share, ask questions, especially in the YouTube comments. Please ask questions, because soon the only place to watch these 4 episodes will be on YouTube. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are building up the YouTube platform. I love y'all so much. Y'all are the greatest boxing community on the planet, and it's not even close. Send in more questions. I love y'all. Until next time, Ask JYD.